Yesterday, we talked about the 3 lessons of the olive tree and what it has to teach us about experiencing difficult times and the point and purpose of life itself. To review quickly, those lessons were: 1, the olive tree gets its strength from experiencing both good and bad times. It requires the harsh winds of the east and the replenishing winds of the west to build its fortitude and its resiliency. So do we. Number 2, that we need to shed the bitterness and hardness that we can develop as we experience these harsh times. And number 3, that in the end, it won't be our fruit that is valuable, but the oil that is generated from it. That will be the light to the world. It will be our accumulated boons, our wisdom, and the example that we contribute to others that will be our ultimate legacy for having even existed. There are 3 more lessons this significant tree has to teach us about becoming a more resilient, productive, and valuable as a human being. Number 1, the olive tree is vigorous in its growth and steadfast in its independence. Olive trees develop extensive root systems that spread far and wide, even further than the reach of its leaves. It does not make itself dependent upon hope or good luck, hoping that the skies above will provide the rain that it needs to survive. No. Instead, it takes full responsibility for its future, doing whatever it takes, driving its roots far and wide to find the needed nutrients and moisture in the soil below. This is why it can thrive in even the most harsh or severe climates where other trees cannot. Shouldn't we all take full responsibility for finding the nourishment and resources that we need to thrive, instead of merely waiting or praying or hoping for the favor, blessings, or good fortune to fall upon you? And when you take full responsibility for your life, you too will stand alone and be the exception, allowing you to separate yourself from your past, from your upbringing, from your circumstances, which then only enhances the view of your unique beauty. And number 2, olive trees start producing the fruit of their purpose between 6 and 10 years of age, and they reach their peak between 40 and 50 years of age. And if they are cared for through radical pruning and removing of excessive branches, olive trees can continue to produce for hundreds of years. Even when the tree appears dead, the old trunk, bent, gnarled, and hollowed inside, if all the branches are trimmed, the next year, fresh shoots will spring from the old stump, and soon new, vigorous growth of branches will begin, and it will once again produce an abundance of fruit. All this is true of us as well. To keep thriving, we have to radically prune our lives continually. This isn't just of excessive stuff or commitments or obligations. It's even friends that take too much of your energy and life force. And it's also the accumulation of all the hurts, all the disappointments, and all the accumulated regrets. You have to continually and radically prune your life if you want to continue to grow, to be productive, to produce fruit, and be that light to the world of those around you. And number 3, olive trees end up developing differently. Some have very desirable fruit characteristics, but weaker roots. Some have strong roots, but no or small fruit production. Others might have excellent resistance to fungus or pest, but have low oil yield. So what do? You graft the strengths of one tree onto the weaknesses of another. Grafting can combine the strong roots and good fruit into the same tree, or the disease-resistant one and then the high-yield one into the same tree. This is how I see personal growth and mentorship working in human development. I have grafted on the strengths of many mentors, particularly in areas where I was not as strong as I needed to be. And because of all the grafting, fusing in of all the strengths and insights and experience from older, wiser, even more productive mentors and their material, it all got combined into one tree, me. This is true for you too, and really why we're here each morning. I hope to graft in an idea, an insight, or a resource into you that will further enhance your ability to produce better and better fruit every day, so you could be a bigger and brighter light to the world through the oil that will be hard pressed out of your successful journey. As Maya Angelou said, I come as one, but I stand as 10,000. If you are continually grafting in the ideas that you pick up here each morning and the lessons from the many, many mentors that I have assembled into the training curriculums that I have built, you will become one that stands as 10,000.